What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video, and in this video I want to show you what I think is Nike's best innovation when it comes to cushion. So this is the Nike GT Jump, and this sneaker is incredible. I will say this though, it took a while to break it in because for me, for whatever reason, the fit on the left shoe just snugged my foot a little bit too tight, but it's to the point now where like these fit so comfortable and I love them. So right now I'm using this one as my main outdoor basketball shoe. As you see, it's beat up. I usually practice in this one, shoot around on this one. This is my main outdoor basketball sneaker, and I bought one just for indoor hooping. So this one's going to be my indoor hooping shoe with the Jordan 36 as well. So I'll probably go back and forth between the two. The technology and cushion behind this is crazy. So real quick, Nike's playing off of the whole gravity theme. So you'll see little writings on this sneaker that has like gravity. So there's an inscription here that says gravity 001. Just silly things on the tongue that show like this thing's ready for takeoff. This shoe also has lino weave that you see in the Jordan 36 on the sides here. This here is like a regular neoprene, and I wish they changed the materials on this to maybe more of a stretchier fabric, because with the lino weave caged in with the fly wire, as you guys can see, you don't necessarily need this to be rigid, in my opinion at least. So if you soften this up a little bit, I wouldn't mind that so much. Let's talk about the cushion. All right, now the cushion's crazy, and we're gonna start off with the full length zoom unit that you see right there. Right, so the minute you step on this shoe, you're stepping on a full length zoom unit. Super dope. But they have double stacked zoom as well on the front forefoot and on the back heel. Huge zoom units. So you have a full length zoom unit, you have a large zoom unit on the back, large zoom unit on the front, and then they caged it with Crushlon. So wherever you don't step, that's not zoom, which is almost impossible, it's framed in or surrounded by Crushlon. So all of this right here is all Crushlon, right? Then, of course, you have your rubber outsole, and it's super thin. And you can see right here, this is just a rubber outsole. But you have something called a jump frame. Now, the jump frame is P-backs. P-backs is a plastic-ish material. I guess it's sort of like plastic. So usually Nike would use carbon fiber or TPU as a lot of their frame to kind of give you structure to the shoe, and then it helps bounce the shoe off. So when you're jumping and bending the shoe, the TPUs and the jump frames and all of these kind of things help you propel and help keep the shoe in structure in place. So it does have a couple of functions, but P-backs is a much lighter, much more energy return than regular TPU. So they made this whole frame P-backs, which is crazy. So P-backs is actually a technology Nike uses in other shoes as well, and even their foams. I believe Zoom X is actually made out of P-backs. So P-backs is no joke. It's definitely not your regular plastic. And if you ever do a quick YouTube search on P-backs, you can see the difference between TPU and P-backs. P-backs is definitely the lighter and more energy return material, right? So all of this going on in the shoe, you do see 72 on the back. You have your little Nike green checks, little cues on the shoe, which is really dope to me. You have your 5 dots, which is part of the Alpha Project. A lot of the Nike shocks that Vince Carter used to wear were part of the Nike Project. You have Nike Jump Frame. It says it there. It also says Nike Jump Frame here. This shoe is so incredible, so springy. And if you're a big fella like me, I know I'm short as fuck, but I'm big in size and density. This shoe, man, keeps you super stable. It's not one of those shoes you feel like you're going to topple. And that's one thing I'll say. The more cushion you have, the more you're off the floor. You kind of get that stability issue. This one, there's no stability issue at all. And in fact, two-time MVP Nikola Jokic uses this shoe as well. And I'll put a couple of pictures up with his emblem. His emblem is actually super dope. It's a JK with like a Joker hat on top of it. Super sick, man. So yeah, this is the shoe that I definitely enjoy playing in. Of course, the Jordan 36s have been my go-to for quite a little bit now. I'll definitely say the last few months. But the Nike GT jumps, once I broke them in, man, like I said earlier, they did hurt my feet. And it could be the fly wire, it could be the lino weave, depending on how tight I tied them. They definitely hurt my feet, but now I'm wearing them so comfortably, and it's like the perfect sneaker for impact protection. And that's pretty much it. This colorway is really a nice colorway as well. You do have the cage, and on this one you see the jump frame is in gray. So this is the jump frame here, and then you can see the zoom units a little bit better. They're actually neon green on these. So the zoom unit and the heel zoom unit in the front. And the design is interesting, man. It's not a pretty shoe. It's not a great looking shoe, which, you know, it's just one of those things. But when it comes to performance, this thing is a complete monster. This one actually has a different tongue, which is interesting. I'll just show you guys that. I don't even know what it says, but it has the arrow pointing out. I wanted to go over this shoe. Anybody who's interested in playing basketball, these sneakers sell out pretty quickly, especially if they have a discount attached to them. So I got this sneaker for 25% off. It was about $130. This one I got right out the gate, and it wasn't on sale, but it's still worth it. At the end of the day, saving your knees if you play basketball is always a great thing. Yeah, man, I recommend anybody who's, I would say, above 220, 230, a little bit heavier person, go with this shoe. This sneaker, of course, is probably still my favorite to play in, but this sneaker is so good for a big guy. So the last thing before I get up out of here, the cool thing is it actually shows you the technology on the bottom of the sneaker. So here it says systems of air. You have an air strobel, you have a P-backs, you have zoom, forefoot, zoom heel, right? So they actually label what's in this sneaker, man. That's crazy. And then you have the jump frame here. I mean, ridiculous sneaker, dope sneaker. I'm actually gonna play ball in this. It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm doing this review for y'all because I'm nuts. But I'm actually gonna play ball in this today, break it out, and that's that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We out. Peace.